today's video has a side-by-side of the house pre-renovation and post-renovation. We came here when they first started renovating and they were working on the electricity. That's what the first video is. And then after that is when most of the renovations were finished, but we hadn't furnished. And then if there's a third video, it's when we have more furnishings and more decorations in the house, more like present day. I'll be along commentating as you watch. Please enjoy. This is the top floor, our bedroom. They were doing the electricity. They really were obsessed with putting a TV everywhere, like plugs up high for the TV. But we didn't want them everywhere. So anyway, they were finished, but the walls needed to be plastered over again. The top floor needed the least amount of work out of all of the floors. This is after all of the walls have been plastered over, so you can't see the electricity lines anymore. This is our mostly finished bedroom. We have some more decorations that we need to add, but all of the furniture is here finally. Here is the ensuite bathroom off of the main bedroom. It really was like a utility sink and a toilet, and that's it. We decided this is where we were going to put our water tanks. We needed to move them because the closet downstairs was too small. This is just some photos of them putting in the water lines, and then also they had to redo the doorway and they put a pocket door in, so that's why all of that had to be done. And the beginning of the tile work. Here I'm explaining that we need to get something to cover the tanks in the bathroom, but we hadn't done that yet. And here they are. We have these panels now to cover the water tanks. This is our office space. This is when the electricity was just having been done and the walls needed to be plastered still. And these are fresh, clean walls. Now, here in the office, we have artwork and a desk set up. On to the stairwell. This was a huge transformation. There's a window there you can see that we opened up to make it more light in the stairwell, which makes a huge difference. But this was starting from scratch. The stairs themselves actually needed to all be rebuilt because they were super uneven. So it was a huge, huge deal. So you can see in some of the other videos that these steps right here weren't there. They had to build them from scratch. It was just a set of wooden steps that was just leaning against the wall there. So that was a big deal. They had to completely build those steps from scratch. And here is the finished product. Here is the dining room. At this point, they had started the electricity on this floor. We were waiting for the new doors and windows to arrive. Everything was just a mess on this floor. You can see they hadn't uncovered the rock wall yet. There are those wooden steps just pushed against the doorway. And then this was after the door was installed. So there's the old door and the new windows and the new door, but still no steps there. And then here is the finished rock wall with new steps. Everything looks amazing. The yellow steps leading up to the window are the old steps that used to be before they built the new ones. That was just what was pressed against the wall. I actually have that outside to use to put plants on. It's going to look great once I get some plants on it. Once we finally got a dining table, this room started to come together. We love this room. The rock wall is so great. It looks exactly the way we want it to. This is the living room. There was wallpaper on the walls that was just kind of like falling down, and they had to take it down to put the electricity in it anyway. But this room, just the walls looked terrible. So when they were finally finished, it was such a relief. We didn't necessarily want everything to be white, but it's so much brighter than it was, and maybe eventually we'll make some changes and add some color around. You may have seen in some of our other videos that I was painting that bathroom door right there. It was yellow and I hated the color. This is the old bathroom before we did any renovations. There's a toilet, a bidet, a shower. I don't know how they fit all of this stuff in this tiny, tiny space. Here's the renovated. We took out the bidet, we took out the shower. It's just a toilet, sink, and storage space. We'll get a little cabinet to put there and probably some shelves here. We did find a shelf, and I got some baskets to put on the shelf to kind of hide the things that we're storing in there. This box in the stairwell is our couch. We fully thought we were going to be able to stay in the house on this trip, and it wasn't even close. They had just started the electricity. There was no water. We couldn't stay. The stairwell didn't need much work. We replastered and painted the walls. There were some cracks in the steps that got replastered. We repainted this window, but the plaster inside, it needs to be redone. We also replaced the wall sconces in the stairwell because the other ones were outdated and we really just didn't like them. Here is the kitchen. No work had been started here yet. It was just a holding area for like the frames for the new doors and windows and tools, and they were going to start on the electricity on this floor soon. We had hoped to put a little kitchen table in this space, but we fell in love with this kitchen set, and the way that it's set up, there just really isn't space for a table. So we used the bar in the kitchen. Here you can see the new door that was put in. I'm talking about opening the shutters to make more light, and the new window that was put in. We got some new decor in the kitchen. And everything is set up and ready to go. This closet under the stairs is our laundry room, and really it just got some of those materials tidied up and a washing machine put in, and that's it. Here is the former kitchen turned guest room. We didn't want to put the kitchen in the back of the house because you'd have to walk through a room to get to it. So we kind of rearranged things so that you could have a guest room and a space that you didn't have to walk through another space to get to. We ended up covering the tile because there was so much damage to it, and then also the tile on the floor had this damage on the back, so we ended up covering that as well. We did go back and forth about that decision and finally just decided to make a nice clean room. Here's the guest room set up and ready for guests. We just need maybe a dresser and some decorations and it will be all set. This is the full bathroom off of the guest room. We actually thought this bathroom was in better shape than it was, but there's so much damage in this bathroom. So we basically redid the whole thing. There's when they took out all of the sink and bathtub and everything before they started. We picked out this tile that we just love and just kind of modernized it, updated it. It's a really nice bathroom. That's it. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.